Oh my god! Oh shit, there's so many. Hey guys, it's Crash Power, and this is my next video in my series of guides on how to get better on Rebirth Island in Warzone. And in today's video, I'm going to cover the best custom loadout you can use specifically for Rebirth Island. It makes a difference. So if you enjoy this content or find the information useful, please drop a like or leave a comment in the video. Rebirth Island is a lot smaller than Verdansk and plays differently, with more fast-paced action that often results in riskier playstyles. There are many videos out there that show you the best loadout to use in Warzone, but the best loadout to use in Verdansk is not the same as the best loadout to use on Rebirth Island. Verdansk's layout requires a mix of ranged and close combat weaponry. However, Rebirth Island's compact layout favors close to medium range weapons with a high rate of fire. And making sure you have an optimized loadout for Rebirth Island can give you that competitive edge that can make a difference between a Warzone victory or yet another match of almost first place. But try again. So we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to go in here and make a new custom loadout that's optimized specifically for Rebirth Island. We're going to make everything anew. But where should we start? But it's not just about pointing out the new meta, the best assault rifle or SMG to use in a game. It's about the overall loadout that can make all the difference, not just what you pick for the primary. I'm going to start here with the secondary weapon, specifically because of the last weapon update that makes all the difference on Rebirth Island. They made tons of changes to the weapon meta, introducing various buffs and nerfs to spice things up. However, the AMP-63 pistol remains unchanged. It's fully automatic, offering a faster rate of fire than most other Warzone pistols, and it has a crazy fast time to kill. Here's a graph that compares the time to kill differences between the AMP-63, the CX-9, and the MAC-10. As you can see, from 0 to 12 meters, this pistol actually outguns most SMGs in the game. That, plus the fact they recently increased the maximum ammo capacity for this pistol to a 30-round fast mag, makes it the best option for your secondary weapon slot when you're running the best Rebirth Island ultimate loadout. And since you now have the option to equip a pistol that's as powerful as most SMGs in the game, it frees up that second perk slot you would normally use for Overkill or perhaps Ghost. And that means you can utilize this ultimate loadout to its maximum potential using the Tempered perk in your second perk slot. The Tempered perk allows you to refill your armor to max capacity using only 2 armor plates instead of 3. And the animation for applying is significantly faster, shaving off a third of the time it takes to reach max health. And this could absolutely save your life in the middle of a gunfight. Anytime you pick up a custom loadout that has this perk equipped, it fully restores your armor levels to maximum, whether you had armor plates on you or not. So if you're a player who likes to engage with multiple enemies back to back, there are significant benefits to using the Tempered perk. It only takes 2 to fully restore your armor, and you can do it faster, you get more mileage per plate, and that means you're less likely to run out of armor while you're playing. Think of it this way, an armor satchel, whether you have Tempered or not, still holds 8 armor packs. But instead of getting the value of 8 armor plates, you get 12. You don't actually have 12, but the 8 that you have go that much further. But anyway, enough about the Tempered perk. I want to go back to the AMP-63. For the muzzle, I had the sound suppressor. It hides your shots in the minimap, and it also increases your bullet velocity. For the barrel, I used the 6.1 reinforced heavy, which increases damage range and bullet velocity. For the rear grip, I used the Serpent wrap for a faster aim down sight speed. The optic I used was a quick dot LED. It just came with a blueprint. For the rear grip, I chose the Serpent wrap, which gives you a faster aim down sight time. And for the magazine, I chose the Salvo 30-round fast mag. There's one more thing I want to share with you. It's no surprise, you have to unlock it. If you didn't know that, you have to get 5 different pistol kills in 20 different matches. Well, I've got good news for you. I'm going to show you a shortcut where you can bypass this tedious thing. It may not seem like a big deal if you like grinding things out to unlock it, but I don't want to go play multiplayer or plunder or something else. Just get all those kills in 20 different matches. And that's why I want to take a moment in the video to thank a friend of mine, Queen Techno, for showing me an awesome shortcut to bypass this nonsense. You can go to zombies, and it's a different challenge. But when I first went over there, I was like, what? 400 critical kills, 400 headshots. But actually, I unlocked this in about 30 minutes. That's all it took. Usually Deadshot Daiquiri, it was no problem. And I hardly play zombies anymore. So if I can do it, so can you. Or you can buy a blueprint, which is why they make the challenge so time consuming on an OP weapon. Oh, and of course, don't do what I did. Full disclosure, I bought this blueprint, but it only has a 15-round magazine. If you buy the blueprint because you want to just do this fast, make sure you buy the one that has the 30-round magazine. I'm sorry to go on and on about this. Save yourself some money, spend 30 minutes in zombies, you'll thank me later. Now, for the best loadout you could possibly use right now on Rebirth Island, the primary weapon you want, there isn't one specific primary. Several weapons are actually meta right now. I want to thank Ragmuff for recommending something I didn't expect. The Modern Warfare M4A1. Ragmuff suggested I use this and I have been hooked on it ever since. For the muzzle attachment, monolithic suppressor, which hides your shots on the minimap and also increases damage range. The barrel attachment, the Corvus Marksman barrel for extra recoil control and bullet velocity. The underbarrel uses the Commando foregrip for aiming stability. The ammunition, we use the 60 round mag. Finally, for the optic, the VLK 3.0. I use it a lot in almost every game and a lot in this video, but thank you very much, Ragmuff. I highly recommend to you all, if you haven't tried it, to go back and give it a revisit, especially since they recently nerfed the X4. And also, I didn't really realize this until recently, but the 3X scopes on a sight rifle seems to be the meta. And I usually didn't put a scope on a weapon because I wanted that slot for an extra attachment, but it really is beneficial. Try it out. I highly recommend you use it, but the thing is about this, the setup is there are other weapons right now that are just like the meta that you definitely should try on Rebirth Island, and the one I never expected is the Stoner 63. The Stoner LMG is unbelievably fun, unbelievably powerful, and because I use the AMP 63 as my secondary, it slows you down when you run with the LMG, but I switched to the secondary a lot. I run around with the AMP 63, so my movement speed is fast, and you really won't believe how much fun this LMG is in Rebirth Island. Yeah. Try the Stoner 63. These are the attachments. Now, I don't think these are the best attachments necessarily on the Stoner because I don't have everything unlocked, but these are the attachments I've been using. For the muzzle attachment, I use the suppressor, which hides your shots on the minimap, helps with your aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and bullet velocity. For the barrel, I used the 16-inch SOR cut down, which helps with firing movement speed and ADS firing speed. For the optic, I used the Axial Arms 3X. For the rear grip, I used the drop shot wrap, which helps with the aim down sight time. And of course, for the magazine, I used the 120 round speed mag. Finishing up the rest of the loadout for perk number 3, I normally use AMP, but Combat Scout I've been enjoying a lot lately, and it's extremely handy if you can't see someone, I don't know, behind the fog. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't have video to show. I was in the storm and the guy was in a little hut, and I kept hitting him, and it lit him up and let me know where he was behind the wall, and I could keep hitting him through the wall. And I've been using double time a lot on perk number 1, but those aren't as important as perk number 2. For the lethal and tactical, it really doesn't matter. I use the throwing knife. I don't really feel in good conscience I could recommend a heartbeat sensor, because if you live by the heartbeat sensor, die by the heartbeat sensor. But yeah, I use the heartbeat sensor. I started to use concussion grenades, but you run out and then it's just empty, and yeah, so whatever floats your boat. For the tactical, there's not much more choice. If you're interested in more information about improving your game in Warzone, check out my playlist here of how to get better at Rebirth Island if you want to find out more, or if you want a good laugh, try looking at this video. I'm Crash Power. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.